evening, I'm Julie Skentelbery. Also tonight, nightmare. Somerset chef's quick thinking saves his life after suffering a potentially deadly spider bite. Ellen set a blistering pace through the Himalayas of the Southern Ocean, at times 5 days ahead of the record, but it was at a cost.
She's a fighter. She's a boat that will not let you down.
Finally, 31 days, 14 hours, 18 minutes and 33 seconds of stress, solitude and sleeplessness was over, and the sun rises on a new future for the fastest woman in the world. You've got to think one of the major problems here is sleep deprivation. I mean, we'd consider ourselves to be pretty hard done by, wouldn't we, if we only had 5 hours sleep a night. She got 5 hours sleep last night, which is the most sleep she's had all the way around. She's averaged actually 4 hours a night in periods of 20 to 30 minutes. There have been 24-hour periods where her biomed monitors, which show us her physical state, have shown she's had just 15 minutes sleep in the whole 24 hours. It's been a day of heady emotions here in East Devon. Sadness, regret, but also defiance. These are people who believe it's vital that the hunting infrastructure is kept intact because they think one day the tide will turn in their favour. However, there is awareness that this is a historic day. It's also a day that they wanted to last as long as possible. As the hunt left this morning, they said they continued to work until it got dark and the light drove them home on this last day of hunting as we've known it for centuries. The East Devon hunt gathers today, much as it has done for the last 115 years. The farmers and the followers, the well-to-do and the salt of the earth. Police estimate that more than 50 cars were swept into Boscastle Harbour. The fear all along that someone might have been trapped inside one of them. Specialist teams have used metal detectors to look into this mud bank behind me. They've discovered that there are around half a dozen cars buried there. Now the job of recovering them has begun. You can see the violence of the rush of water, that it moved this great big tub of flowers with all the earth inside it. Here at the Robsons' house, the water swept through to this level on the front door. One of the main problems, as the water came through the house, it also brought with it a great big torrent of mud. This is the living room. With me now are Robbie and Yvonne Robson. You've lived here 24 years. It's the second time you've been flooded. How are you coping a few hours after the event? Welcome to the Wharf Theatre, where I'm joined by 4 of our undecided voters. We've got Peter Verron, who's a drugs worker. We've got Lucy-Anne Pickering, a first-time voter. Lyndon Harvey, he's a decorating contractor. And house husband Darren Early. Thank you all very much indeed for joining us here today. Before we get to the national scene, let's look at a subject we've been following on West Country Live this week. That's the increasing importance of the elderly in the political arena. It's known as the grey vote. 12 months ago, trussed up in a rubber suit and submerged. The safety drill you need to go through before they'll let you anywhere near a Class 1 powerboat cockpit, because they do turn over. I'm blind at the moment. Noise, pounding and speed, like playing a computer game several levels above your ability. But if you foul up, it really is game over. Well, as the sun goes down, we've been at sea some 30 hours. That's way back since we left Plymouth. But now we're heading for the French coast. Just over there you can see the coastline. We're going into St Malo. And that's when all those people who swore blind that they're going to get off this boat and never get on again have to make their minds up. Are they going to return with us or are they going to get the ferry?